This is a Double Oak Way climb. This is Regent Park right before you get to Mount Laurel. That's where I put my backpack and stuff. So I just put it right behind the stone wall. The climb doesn't start. I'll show you the exact point, and I'm glad I checked before I did it today. It actually starts earlier than I thought. So I'll narrate about the spot where I think it is. It's coming up right here. That's the climb right there. You can see the first steep part of the ridgeline. I think the amount of time I have right now, I'm only going to be able to film up to the gate. But the other nice thing about putting your stuff back there is you can get a lot of speed through here. This is kind of a false flat downhill. Get a lot of speed to start the KOM. And it's right up here, right where that car with the lights on the left is, right about there. So you're gonna just want to be going faster here anyway, but then really get on it right up here. So yeah, right here. I'm not 100% sure if it's the cross street on the left there or the next cross street, but I'm 75% sure it's this one. So start right here. Yeah, that's where I started my timer. So for me, I was thinking, well, you know, it's about 13, 14 minutes, 15 minutes. And so, again, I'm terrible about this. I forgot to look at the critical power curve ahead of time. And so, but I'm guessing, I was guessing 375. And so I'm thinking, okay, go hard here at the beginning, like 400 watts hard. So I was thinking, okay, go 400 watts through here, and I was actually short of that. I was about 385. So it's, even though I wanted to go harder, my body was just like, okay, you gotta pace yourself. So, and I guess the way that played out is the 400 watts felt, 385 watts felt like 400. Anyway, so no big initial spike. I had, like I said, about 385 watts through here. And then you really pick up. Actually, 385 watts is still a lot, though. And this downhill here, I think I got up to 30 something. So right here, a little downhill. And this is in previous videos where I had narrated that the climb starts, but that's not correct. It actually starts way back there. And this was fine. There was an oncoming car that was clearly going to clear it, but I had somebody behind me, and so I'm like frantically waving that I'm turning, and he backed way off. So again, that's what I fear about this one climb, is somebody getting creamed by somebody trying to pass them. But I made sure that he wasn't going to pass me. See, like there's a car coming right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get over here, let that car go around. And so I took this corner. I lost a lot of speed in that corner because I was coming in like I said, 30 miles an hour. And you can't take that corner at 30. So I slammed on the brakes. Had to sort of recover from that coming out of that corner. Beautiful tailwind today right through here. You lose the wind once you get up on top of the ridgeline. You're blocked by all the trees, but through here you have a nice tailwind. So the wattage I saw, I only was able to look a few times, was I saw 420 for one of my 30-second wattages, and that felt really hard. So I knew I had to back off. And to make a long story short, by the end I had ended up at just under 350 watts, which for like 13 minutes and 45 seconds. Maybe a record. It'll be interesting to see if I've ever done that before, because this is really hard. This part's easy to keep a high wattage because you're going straight up. But once you get past this first steep section, and then plus having to dismount to get around the gate, all that stuff sort of plays on your mind, and it's really leafy up here. So definitely be careful. And I was doing that. I don't know if people really want to scratch this week's climb. I'm the only one who's done it so far. If people really want to scratch it, that might be fine, because I know this climb like the back of my hand, and even I was having to sort of pick my way and go slower than I wanted to. So I can't imagine somebody's doing it for the first time. But anyway, in case we want to go ahead and do it anyway, I'll finish narrating up to the gate. This section's really steep. You can tell by the weaving. This weaving has brought it down to, I think, 16%, but it's much steeper than that if you're just going straight up. I think it maxes out at 20 in this corner. Oh, and now I'm at underscore percent, meaning that I'm going too slow for it to register. When you're doing this at speed, torquing the bars, I mean, it hurts, but it's actually much easier than what I'm doing right now. Trying to do this one-handed, no upper body. Yeah, for me at least, it feels easier. There's no doubt about it, though. This is a really hard climb. You know, I've done hard efforts on this, but never for any kind of competition. So inevitably you fly up this first section, and then you just sort of fizzle out across the top, because like I said, it's so hard to motivate yourself to keep pushing on the false flat climb part and the downhills, and then you're picking your way through and everything. So today was probably the first time that I have gone hard, you know, forced myself to go hard all the way up. And so I probably knocked a couple minutes off my time, my previous time. And anyway, my point in all that was I just kind of discovered today just how mentally taxing this climb is. There's just so much going on with the climb. This is a great climb. You figure out how to handle all the stuff on this, and you can handle any race situation. You know, people attacking and all that. You know, you can handle that because this climb just sort of throws it at you. It's like a little mini race. Oh, this really isn't too steep. I think it's 12, 13 right here, but my legs are still screaming. I just did the climb. So, yeah, I'll go on up to the gate, then I'm going to turn around. This section here, I was thinking back to the old mama climb when me and Boris were trying to strategize, you know, like big chain ring, little chain ring, when you shift, all that stuff. And I was thinking right here, I was like, oh, I've got to downshift, you know, or shift to a harder gear. I got to shift into a harder gear. And you're thinking, I don't really want to shift into a harder gear, but I did. Pumped it down a couple gears, you know, and your legs are just screaming right here. And you're having to go into a harder gear because it flattens out. And then it kicks up right to the gate. So you shift back up into an easier gear. you do have this nice distraction of the missing pavement here. So you sort of pick a line, and I knew I wanted to carry a lot of speed like I'm not doing right now. Am I in my 28? Good gravy, I am in my 28. So, yeah, but then, you know, you're like, you get this, you gotta dismount, which isn't too much of a problem. It only takes a few seconds, but, you know, you lose all that momentum, your heart rate starts to drop, your legs are like not wanting to go hard again. But the nice thing is, right here past the gate, just around the corner up there, the road kicks up to 25%, so you have to go hard, and then you can use that to get your heart rate back up, and then it's the roller coaster section. I've got old videos of that. I'll link to those videos, but you have that section that you have to somehow push through as you're dodging everything. Anyway, it's a fun climb, beautiful weather. This is the Double Oak Mountain tower area. There's a radio tower up at the top, a weather station, a Doppler radar. There's a Doppler radar at the top, kind of cool. Anyway, that's it.